about them. Young Johnny Kenny, as you know, signed a new contract. He obviously likes him, but is he going to be the main striker? Or if Adamida isn't doing it, probably not. So it's going to be a combination of those players if they don't go to the market. But they're the talking points at the moment among the fans.
Absolutely. Celtic will be firm favourites to win this, as they generally do. There have been a few draws for the Dons at Pittodrie, but as Liam said, not since February of 2016 have Aberdeen won this one. We'll hear from Jimmy Tilleen shortly. Let's get the pre-match thoughts first, because he's been chatting first with Tyrone Smith. Brendan Rodgers.
Brendan, one change to your team, James coming in. Just give us your thoughts behind your selection for this one.
Just been brilliant, and when he's played for us, came into the game last week, made a real positive impact in the game, and yeah, he's a player that I can rely on.
Just generally, what are your thoughts going into this one?
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it. We had a good performance and result last week against a team that's very tough to break down. As you see, we come here, the pitch is absolutely outstanding. It's a beautiful day, so you know, we go into every game to accomplish the win and play attacking football, so that's the idea for this one.
Are you up here on a bit of a revenge mission after what happened in the cup final?
No, I think that you have to draw a line under that, which we have done. It was obviously hurt at the time. It's and especially in the manner of which we conceded the goal and then losing penalties. But in the main, the record we've had against Aberdeen is outstanding. And last time we were here, we played some brilliant football. Scored goals, defended well, and we aim to do the same.
I think I saw some comments from you in the week where you said you learned lessons from the cup final. I'm just wondering what those lessons, what those learnings are.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I can't remember saying that, so I don't know where that was. But certainly every game and every game that you do play, there's always lessons learned. You analyse, you study the game. So yeah, it was one of those games. Listen, we should have won the game. Let's be clear. I think you give credit to Aberdeen because they stayed in the game. We just weren't quite at our level, of course, but that's what happens. But it also really demonstrates how consistent and how good this team have been. So that's what we bring into our new season.
Are these two teams today that are maybe in a similar place in terms of they're still trying to cut the competitive teeth and both still looking to add to the squad?
Yeah, I believe so. I think both teams had the first competitive games last week. And like I say, I was pleased with how we played at this stage of the season, and we'll see throughout the season, teams that sit in and are really organised and are fit, are strong, and are well coached, you can't just go and always win 6-7-0 all the time. You can, but what you have to do is you've got to just trust your process and trust your game. We should and could have won by more last week, but didn't. But we got the job done and we won the game. And I think over the course of this season, the football will get better. And but what's most important, we come into every game to win, and we won the game.
Just in terms of maybe finding that cutting edge, is it something that might take a few games just to be as clinical in the attacking third as you'd like to be?
Well, I think our build-up was very good, arriving in the final third. But listen, it's a mixture of everything. It's a mixture of quality of players, and it's also improvement in players that you have. So it's that little combination. But we started last season so well. We're really dynamic, but we've got a different set of players in our front line now. So I have to respect that. But we'll always work with them to make them the very best that they can be.
What kind of challenge are you expecting from Aberdeen today? Because they're a bit of a different looking team as well.
Yeah, I think the questions that we asked was, you know, Jimmy's system has very, very much been 4-2-3-1. They made a change in the cup final, which meant they probably weren't going to be so attacking and look to try and stay in the game. So you then think, well, do they go with that again? It looks like it'll probably be back to 4-2-3-1. So yeah, and Aberdeen's a big club, so they want to, you know, they didn't have the best result and performance in the first game, so they will want to at home make a good performance and look to get the result. But unfortunately, so do we.
Brendan, all the best.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Brendan, all the best.
Brendan Rodgers talking about that cutting edge and looking to get it right. They had all the possession. They played fine last week. I think most people didn't think, Pat, that they hit the heights that they're capable of. Brendan Rodgers certainly said afterwards he was very happy with the performance. Do you see it as being an issue at the top end of the park right now?
Well, I think it is to a point, because the question mark will always be over. I suppose, is Adamida going to be the number one? Is he going to be this season? Is he going to be the one that people are talking about, putting the ball in the back of the net and playing to that intensity? That's the challenge for him, and that's what he steps up. But I agree with Brendan to a point. Like, we've been here also. The first couple of games, you want to get the result. The performance may not be up to scratch, and the football will get better once you start into it, and once you start getting 3-4 games behind you. This has always been the problem even for our Scottish teams in the past, where you go into European competition and they struggle because they're starting off a season and you're never sharp. You're never really until you get that run of a few games, and some players will be further on than others, and that. So up the top of the pitch, we mentioned about the probably right-hand side, which is going to be a problem, I think, unless they get somebody in there and get Jota back. But up front, then they've got these 3 players now, and they may have to go with a combination depending on how the form is, and then see how it works out. But if you're a striker with Celtic, people are looking for a striker at least with Celtic to score 25-30 goals a season and put in the shift. You know what I mean? There's no rest in place, and I think that's where Kyogo in the past and the Japanese players coming give that intensity, and that's been the benchmark now. And the players don't have that intensity. People are watching it and seeing, and it's not easy for the Irish or the European or the British players to have that in their DNA. They have to work at it, and that's what Adam, I believe, and I've spoken to Adam about it. I think he's got to really work really hard, not in match day, but in practice and in training, and get his fit, just get his sharpness up, and then hopefully the goals. I think he can score goals, there's no question about that, but it's the other part of the game at times, just the sharpness maybe is missing, and that's what Kyogo, listen, he had in abundance, hadn't he?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Look, let's hear from the Aberdeen camp then. The gaffer, Jimmy Tilleen, also been chatting with Tyrone.
Jimmy, a couple of changes to your side for this one. What's he thinking behind your selection? I know Mats Knuster in the squad at all?
No, he was not available today, so Alfie is going to just change straight out there. And then we just try to balance the team in the right way for this game, how we want to be compact, but also aggressive in some areas to defend well, and then, of course, the way we want to attack.
What is the issue with Mats?
A little bit pain in the groin, but I think it's fine. Let's see it after today. But it seems okay, but we don't want to take any risks early in the season.
Just give us your thoughts going into this one.
We're looking forward to it. It's the first league game at home, and nice weather, a lot of people here at Pittodrie again, and a good atmosphere.
Obviously, a lot's been made about what happened in the cup final going into this one. Is it in your thoughts at all going into this one?
Sorry?
The cup final, what happened at Hampden, is that in your and the players' thoughts at all? Are there any positive learnings you can take from that game going into this game against Celtic?
I think it's a different kind of game. It was a final, and we have a game plan for that one. Today we have play at home, and the different approach to the game. But it's all about winning the game. So it's the good thing with the cup final was that the team showed that they can win trophies. That's not an easy thing to do. But today is another game in the league in the new season, and different players, so we have a game plan for that today also.
Obviously it was fantastic to win the cup last season, but when you have a success like that, does that almost raise the expectation levels at the club and amongst the supporters?
I think the expectation is always high, and we have high expectations about ourselves to try to arrive to Europe every year and to be better. So we keep pushing for that and try to be the best way we can be and try to develop every season. So nothing has changed really in that way.
How much better do you need to be today compared to the performance at Tynecastle?
I think every game is has its own story. So that today is another game, a new game, and we can't look back. We have to look forward.
Are these two teams that are maybe in a similar place in terms of both trying to get up to speed competitively, but also still looking to make changes to the squad?
I still think that everything is in the process, but we have to be competitive today. We are ready for the season.